Today, we are happy to share our quick day trip to a majestic natural wonder in Bago City, Negros Occidental called Bagacay Falls. So, this was our first time to visit this place, and we had no clue at all what to expect, except that the view hopefully will be, amazing. And of course, at that time, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all the regular resorts frequented by tourists are closed. Thankfully, Bagacay is not like them. So we found out from the helpful locals that getting to the falls require a bit of trekking, but we had no clue as to how difficult it will be. And what we do know, though, from conversations with them, is that it's pretty rare for outsiders to come in there, purely for recreation, just for fun. So it sounded like a beautiful and peaceful spot away from everyone else, and that sounded exactly like something we'd enjoy. So we went ahead with it. Now, most of the locals seem to be on the consensus that Bagacay can be trekked without a guide, so just on our own. And it sounded like it would be, easy peasy. It's just right up our alley. You just wanted to have a little bit of a relaxing time away from all the hustle and bustle. So we did decide to start off on our own, but we got a bit lost even before we even entered the main trail. So we decided to go a little bit back and speak to a local expert who agreed to lead us into the falls to be our guide essentially, and we'll find our way back out on our own. Now, as we were on our way onto the falls and we got deeper into the trail, we were actually quite astounded as to how difficult the hike was. We probably would have been lost had we opted to move on without a guide. Essentially, the reasons why are because there was no clear path, no marked trail as to where the easiest way or the quickest way would be to the falls. There were plenty of nooks and corners that someone could get lost into if you haven't been there before. Also, the hike going down the falls is not exactly paved out. It's quite slippery. Of course, that means it's dangerous to anyone who isn't prepared or careful. So, if you do plan to go into the falls, you need to prepare as much as possible, like wear the correct gear and make sure that you're protected, because you could slip and slide down a cliff into the rocks in the river just below. So after a little over an hour, we finally reached our destination, and just like that, we forgot about the difficult and tiring hike and immediately soaked in the beauty of the majestic falls. None of our pictures or videos probably did the real thing justice, because it was just beautiful. As our guide had personal business and we also wanted to get our little taste of adventure, we decided to let him go ahead, and since we've already been acquainted with the trail, we decided to let him go and enjoy the place just for a little bit more. The water was cold. It was very refreshing, and for those who really enjoy really clear water, this might not be up your alley, because swimming and movement in the water easily stir up the sediments, although the water is clean and a little bit of turquoise color in there that most of us enjoy. Whenever you go near the water and touch up the sediments, they stir up and this visibility just becomes muddy. And aside from that, the water itself is very cool and refreshing. After we've had our fill of the enchanting waterfalls and the surrounding mystical forest, we packed up and went back. Probably took us around 15 minutes, almost an hour, to go back up to our starting point. But we did stop several times to get some photos and videos, and you can probably record a 20 to 30 minute average time if you don't stop to rest or take photos or memorabilia, but hey, where's the fun in all that, right? Overall, we had an amazing time. The locals were very friendly and hospitable. In fact, an elderly couple selling flowers near the entrance going to the Nago Falls graciously accepted to look after our motorcycle while we were gone hiking, and everyone else were quite helpful with information. So, despite of an unexpectedly challenging trail, we had no regrets, just a beautiful memory that will always make us smile.